Welcome back, NBA fans, to a brand new episode of the series of 30 teams in 30 days. Today we have the Indiana Pacers, so let's get right into it. If you're new to the series, let me explain it to you real quick. What we do here is we break down a team of everything they've done in this past offseason, starting off with the draft. I'm going to talk about their draft. I'm going to grade it. We're going to then talk about free agency and what they did in free agency, grade it. Same thing, I'm going to talk about their roster. I'm going to talk about the rotation. I'm not going to talk about every single player on the team. And then we're going to talk about 3 remaining questions that I still have for this team for the upcoming season. Overall, I'm going to give an off-season grade. I'm going to give an evaluation as to why I think that. And now, new to the series, I'm going to talk about their brand new City Edition uniforms. And then, you like and subscribe to the channel just like that, and you throw in comments saying how great I am. I don't know. That last part probably will never happen. So the Indiana Pacers had the 54th pick in this past draft, right? They selected Cassius Stanley from Duke. Cassius Stanley is a fantastic athlete. He has awesome defensive potential, especially when coming into the NBA. He has pretty good length. He's a good defensive potential wing for a team like Indiana. I love his spot-up shooting, too. He shot around 37% from 3 at Duke. However, a lot of the misses he had were from him trying to create his own dribble, which get me into his weaknesses. He's not a good ball handler. He's not going to be a shot creator in the NBA level, at least not yet. I think he has a decent upside. There is a possibility of him improving, getting to be a better player in the NBA. And he's a very bad passer. His turnovers, he struggled in college, so you can only imagine he's going to struggle in the pros. He probably could find himself with a 9-man, 10-man role, just being a very niche type of player, like a Matisse Thybulle. I'm not comparing the two players because they're not the same. I'm just saying that Matisse Thybulle is a very niche player. Cassius Stanley could fit out a very specific role for Indiana. Again, I'm not comparing the two players. They're not the same player. So please, I don't want to hear you say I'm comparing the two players. All right, I gave their draft a C. Now, I like Stanley. I thought he could have gone early in the second round. That's where I had him in my mocks. But my thing is that it's still not enough for a team like Indiana to get over the hump in the East, especially with what Atlanta's doing, especially, Brooklyn back at full health for the first time ever. Indiana was in a weird spot. They've been in a weird spot for the past couple of years when it comes to their position in the East, and it's just like they've been constantly right at the hump, and they haven't hit over it yet. They haven't, exceeded where they could be, and the draft did not help them. But I liked the pick at 54, so I'm going to give them a C. Free agency, they literally signed nobody. They lost Brian Bowe in the second, Elise Johnson, Naz Matru Long, and they traded TJ Lee for Jalen Lick. I don't know how to say his name. But, like I just said, a team like Indiana, dude, every other team in the East is getting better right now. Every other team in the West is getting better right now. And Indiana is just staying put. And of all the teams to stay put, Indiana is the last team that should do it, dude. They have been around the 4, 5, 6 seed for the last couple of years now. It's just at a point you got to go for it. You got to go all in. There needs to be something you can do. And I gave this free agency an F. They have absolutely been silent, and it's not enough. It's not enough. Their team right now is not enough. It hasn't been enough the past couple of years. What makes you think this team's going to be enough now? Like, I understand the progression of TJ Warren in the bubble, but still, dude, if you're relying on TJ Warren to be your number one scorer on a team, you're not going to be a finals contender. You may not even be a top, couple team in the East contender. So let's talk about their rotation. I gave their free agency an F. Their rotation looks like Malcolm Brogdon at the 1, Oladipo at the 2, TJ Warren, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner. Now, I like the starting lineup. Indiana has always been deep. It has always been well-rounded. But my thing is, again, it's just there's no star power. Oladipo lost a step clearly last year. Hopefully maybe he can regain some of that explosiveness that he lost after the injury, but history usually shows otherwise. Now, their bench looks like Jeremy Lamb as the 6th man, who I like. I think he's a good scoring guy off the bench. T.J. McConnell, Justin Holiday, Aaron Holiday, Doug McDermott, and Goga Bitadze. Pretty sure I'm like 100% on with that pronunciation. Now, I like this. There's depth there. There's shooting. There's defense. there's shot creation, and there's rebounding with passing. I mean, they really do fill out every need a bench has. But at the same time, it's just the team is still not there. It's still not there. So it's unfortunate for Indiana Pacers fans, to be honest with you. But I do like it. I mean, I think Bedice could probably have a progression in year 2. Jeremy Lamb hopefully can be that shot creator that they need off the bench. T.J. McConnell, I like him, I guess. I didn't like him on the Sixers, but the Sixers do miss what he had, so I can't hate it. Justin Holiday, Aaron Holiday, you know what? I like it. There's defense, there's stretchability, there's 3-and-D ability. Aaron Holiday could be in due for a progressive year too, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, 3 questions I have for the Indiana Pacers. 1, how much longer are they going to hold on to Oladipo? I think Oladipo's done after this year's contract, so, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, roast me in the comment section. But I think he's done after this year, which means I don't think he's going to return. I don't think he's re-signing, to be honest with you. So at this point, I think Indiana's going to struggle to make a playoff spot. I'm just going to say that right now. I think they're around an 8 seed. So just to jump right into the predictions, I think Indiana's probably worse than Atlanta, and I have Indiana as my 8 seed. And the only thing that has them in there is just experience. I think their team's good, but the East is deeper than it's been in a while. And Indiana has not gotten any better while other teams are. So I think they're going to be an 8 seed. Now, is that going to be enough for them to hold on to Oladipo and try to re-sign him in the offseason? I don't know. Or are they going to want to ship him at the deadline when they're struggling, when they're 2 games above 500, and they just kind of want to hit the restart button on that whole situation and get something out of it while they can. Now, question number 2, how much longer will they keep on trusting the duo of Sabonis and Miles Turner? Because simply it is not working. If I'm the Indiana Pacers, I am sending Miles Turner to whatever team wants him. I'm trying to get the best package I can get, and I'm putting Sabonis at the 5. Sabonis is a better rebounder. Sabonis is a better offensive player. He was an all-star last year. Miles Turner has way too many holes in his game. He's not a good defender. He gets bullied every single time he's in the post. So I'm not a big Miles Turner fan. I would probably hold on to Sabonis. He's younger. He's just a better player. And I would ship Miles Turner. That's me. Now, Indiana seems to have this desire to hold on to both of them and play more of a early 2000s style of 2 bigs in a lineup. I don't think it works. So, we'll see how much longer they hold on to that. It could be the same situation as Oladipo. Now, number 3. Is it possible that the Indiana Pacers fall to an 8 seed or even out of the playoffs? Personally, I think out of the playoffs might be a stretch. But I don't think it's too far gone. I don't think the concept is insane because I think Atlanta's better than them. I think Brooklyn's better than them. Miami, Philadelphia, Boston, Toronto, Milwaukee. That is 7 teams right there who I immediately think are better than the Indiana Pacers. Then we're going to start talking about the Washington Wizards, who, I don't love Russell Westbrook, and I've talked a lot of shit on him in my videos, but at the end of the day, they're a better team with him, right? That just naturally. Washington was the 11th team in the East last year, and they had no John Wall, and now they have Russell Westbrook. They basically lost nothing for an all-star, borderline all-star. Now Washington's going to be in the chase for the 8 seed, and at the end of the day, a part of me really thinks Washington could outplay and beat Indiana in a series or in a play-in game or whatever. So I am not high on the Indiana Pacers this year, unfortunately. I like the style of basketball that they usually put out. I just don't think that they're good anymore. And that's not saying anything about their lineup. Their lineup is very good. It's talented. It's been talented. And they could easily probably be a 5 seed. But I just don't think that they got any better while other teams did. Basically, I'm rehashing the same thing. So because of that, my overall grade is just an F. It is hard to sit back and watch other teams improve and get better, and you are not doing anything. And for that reason, Indiana, mediocrity is not the way of the NBA. You either rebuild or you contend. There is no in between. I am an absolute radical, extreme believer in that when it comes to the NBA and when it comes to building a team. I don't believe in pushing for 8 seeds, pushing for 7 seeds. I believe in you tank your ass off and you get Kate Cunningham and you trade everything you have for assets a la Sam Presti, or you contend. There's no in between, and Indiana is an in between right now, and it's a scary place for a fan. So talking about their jerseys now, it's again another homage to an early 2000s, the Reggie Miller type jerseys. Now I love them. I think it's awesome. Also, for some reason, I think the Motorola sponsorship is just perfect when it comes to Indiana. I think it looks awesome. I think it's a really good fitting logo or sponsorship you got there. But, you know, I love the homage. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It reminds me of the Reggie Miller days, which is cool, which is dope. A lot of the teams for these city jerseys really seem to be going back to the early 2000s jerseys. So I'm here for it. At least they can be looking good when they're losing games, close games, because that's what Indiana does. They're going to be losing a lot of close games this year. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 250 subscribers. My goal is 500. So it may take a while to get there, especially when I'm not putting out Sixers content, because you guys don't like my non-Sixers content. But I can't just do Sixers content. Sue me, but I can't. I'm an NBA fan. I love the Sixers. I'll talk about Sixers stuff when Sixers stuff comes up, but I'm not going to be pulling random topics out of a hat because I just need views. I'm not like that, you know. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. Hopefully you guys like that. Until next time, peace out. Go Sixers. That being said, I might have a Sixers video coming out today. So keep that in mind. Peace out.